the first card you have your past is the Ace of Cups. So this is a very, 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 obviously a very emotional card. It is the emotional card. It is, the emotional card, the biggest, most emotional card of all. So it's kind of like I'm getting a lot of looking back. There's some situation you haven't let go of. I think you've tried to. I think you're working your way through this. You absolutely are on the path toward getting over this. But it's like, I think you're quite angry with yourself, actually, a bit frustrated with yourself, because I'm getting this feeling of, I know it's over, it is, but I keep on thinking about this person. And it's not like you think about them 24 hours a day and you're going around with this huge heartbreak. It's not like that. It's like they just come into your head, they come into your heart. It's a little bit like you get these little hunger pains, not hunger pains, but they feel like that, but they're kind of emotional hunger pains. You can't actually feed them. You can't do anything about them. They're just there. And, it's kind of like, I'm stuck with this. I'm stuck with this. Now, part of this is that you do want to let this go. You absolutely do. You can't go backwards. You know that. But then there's still a little tiny piece there that still thinks, oh, I just really miss them. So there's that. Now, okay, so I'm just seeing this. I hate to say this, but I think they might actually be with someone else, or they're at least talking to someone else. And I think you might suspect this, you might know this, I don't know. Look, I'm not blaming you at all, because I'm not seeing you doing anything like stalking them. You're not driving them crazy. You're not talking to them. You're not doing anything like that. You're going along, you're living your own life. But then every now and again you get this feeling, and then it's like, oh, I still miss them. And then you say to yourself, why do I still miss them? I want to get over them. But then you start thinking about them and you think, well, I would like this future. It's kind of like you've got this thing in your head of you're imagining your future with this person at one time. And it was like even mundane things like sitting on the sofa, going around the house, planning little things, talking to them in your house. You're kind of imagining your life with them. And then when you're going about your daily life, you kind of picture them next to you in that life still, just every now and again, not all the time. It's not like you're going around forever going, oh, boo-hoo, crying all the time. It's not like that. It's just that suddenly you get this feeling and you start thinking. And then you think, why do I still miss them? So there's all that kind of thing. You have had some problems between you with this person in your past. I don't want to talk about this person in your past, because you really are trying to move forward. You've started to move through this. You're in a better place than you used to be. I'm seeing that. You're working through this. So you're on the path to this process. So if you start thinking about them and you think, oh, why do I still miss them? Just know that you are on this path. You are. It doesn't mean that you're going backwards if you do think this about them. You're just having a memory. You're just, something's triggering it, whatever. But you are working through this. So just know that. But I am also getting a tiny feeling that a little part of you might not quite want that to happen. So I don't think you logically mean for that to happen. It's just a little piece of your heart. So I hope that makes sense to you. And if you are going through this, it's horrible. I know, I've been through a similar thing myself. Okay, so the next card you have your past strength. So yeah, you're going through this process and you are going to have a lot of big changes coming to you. And you're frustrated with yourself. I keep on getting this. You're frustrated. You're angry with yourself. You want to roar like a lion at yourself sometimes, like this lion. But you can't do that. There's a big discontented feeling here, I know. And you might be kind of feeling all really mixed up, kind of mad at yourself for being still missing them. And then you've got this kind of really discontented, I'm not happy with my life, I want something different. All of that kind of stuff. It's very general, a lot of things mixed in there. It sounds really negative, but actually I'm seeing this as part of this process. Discontent often turns to change, and that's what's going to happen. Just know that this is leading you towards change if you are feeling all of this right now. It has to bubble up, it has to come to the surface, and you have to recognize it and see it for that to change. If you don't have those feelings of discontentment, and you don't kind of say, well, why am I feeling like this? What aren't I happy with? Oh, that and that and that. if you don't do that, it's going to stay below the surface and you're not going to change. So this is about you changing. You really are going to change. I can see something about this ex right now, but I don't want to tell you because I don't want you to focus on them. I want you to focus on moving forward because it's not going to happen. I'm sorry to say that. I know there's that little part of you that kind of still wants that a little bit. You might even say no to me, but there is a little piece in there. It doesn't mean you're going to act on it. It's just there. It is going to leave you as you keep on going through this process. That's what I'm seeing. I don't want to talk about them. I'm not going to tell you what I'm seeing about them. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so the last card you have your past is the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, look at this. Holding on. This man's holding on to these coins. He has his back to a lot of other things. So you're not actually, at this time anyway, you weren't actually fulfilling your full potential because you still had your mind on this person. You're still holding on a little bit, even though you didn't want to. It was still happening, and you were still thinking, I'm discontent, I'm not happy with this, I'm not happy with that. I don't want to face the world right now. I don't want to make any decisions right now because I'm really not in the best place to make these decisions. And you're right, you're absolutely right, to just kind of sit back and try and ride through this as it comes. It's not an easy ride to go through. I know that. You do want to push forward. I can see that. I think you have a lot of things that you are planning at this time. You're thinking, oh, I'd like to do this in the future. I'd like to do that. Maybe studying might be one. I'm seeing career things here. I think there might be some travel here as well, but you weren't doing it right now. You're just thinking about things, planning on things. You didn't feel quite strong enough at this time to do them, but you are going to in the future. You absolutely are going to act on these things. So keep planning and keep thinking. And keep writing all these different things down because you are going to act on those things. You're just not ready yet. You know, I keep on getting this, oh, why aren't I over this? Why aren't I over this? Why aren't I strong? Why am I so weak? Other people move on quickly. I can't do that. If that's you, if this is how you're feeling, don't worry about other people. We don't know what's inside other people's hearts and minds. Concentrate on you. You know what's inside your heart. You know what's inside your mind. If you feel weak, if you feel that you can't push forward with anything, that's okay. You're not supposed to. If you feel like you're ready to push forward with things, then do it at that time. Go with your instincts because I think the universe is putting all this discontent, everything into place so that you can change these things when you're ready to change them, and you will do that. So don't worry about this. Please don't worry about this. You are absolutely going to move forward. You're frustrated for a reason. I'm sorry to say that. It is going to change. I won't go on about that anymore. Okay, so the first card you have your presence, the Nine of Cups. Yeah, again, you're masking a lot of these feelings. You've got these discontented feelings. You've got a bit of this old person still hanging around you in your heart without wanting to. And because of that, you've got these curtains closed like this man, and you're going around, I'm fine, I'm okay, I'm fine. You're not really fine. You've got all these emotions. He's got a big arch of cups up above his head. So you've got all these emotions there and you're closing yourself off to people. And that's absolutely fine to do that right now. You don't want to open yourself to people right now. You're not ready to do that, especially in new relationships, because you're just not strong enough. You don't feel strong enough. You don't feel ready enough. You don't feel ready to move forward with these things. I know I'm repeating myself. I'm sorry about that. But you are going to work through this. And I think after you've gone through this, you are going to be able to open these curtains and reveal your full self to someone. But you're not ready to do that yet because this old person from your past is still there behind the curtains. A little bit of them is still there. So you have to get rid of them first, and then you'll be able to open yourself up to someone new that's coming. This is if you're single, obviously. So that's what I'm seeing in this reading. You are still single because, so if you're not single, obviously this isn't applying to you. But yeah, you're going to get through with this. And when you're much stronger and when you're ready, that's when you'll be ready for a new person. That's what I'm getting here. Okay, I know this is quite confusing. I'm trying my best to kind of see this because there's so much frustration and there's so much confusion in so many areas of your life, and you're trying to kind of unpick them all, if that makes sense, and kind of say, okay, there's that area, I'll do that there, and there's that area, I'll do that here. And there's just so much, and it's so mixed in because you're so frustrated. It's this kind of ball of frustration. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to unpick it all for you. So it's quite frustrating for me as well. So anyway, the next card you have your presence, the Knight of Cups. Okay, so yeah, I think these little balloons of frustration that are inside of you, they're all blown up inside you and you can't move because you're full of these kind of frustrations. There are some little holes that are starting to kind of come into them now, and they're going to start to deflate soon. So you're going to get through this and you're going to feel a little bit more relaxed soon. And I think you'll be able to move forward in one area, then another area. And I think it's going to happen at the right time for you, but it's not the right time yet still. That's what I'm seeing. So you're gradually getting this. You might have some little bits of, oh, I don't feel so frustrated now. I feel okay. I'm getting a break from this in my head. So just go with the flow of that. Just let that happen. I think there is someone around you, actually. I think they are interested in you. Now, I think this is an attraction. This is a romantic attraction. Now, you might just be talking to this person. And I think it's very early days, whoever this says. They're frustrated with you. That's what I'm getting, because you're not meeting them halfway. And the reason you're not doing that is because you're not ready to open up to anyone yet at this time. You're just not ready. You don't feel strong enough in all areas of your life. You don't feel like you're ready for anything. You don't feel like you're ready to open up to anyone. You're not ready to open up these curtains yet. So that's why they're feeling that. And I really think, I hope cross-watchers aren't going to think I'm talking about them, because I'm not. If you're really in the early stages with someone, if this is how you're feeling, this is applying to you. If you're in the early stages with someone and you're just talking to someone, you don't feel quite ready for this person, you're not ready to kind of open up to anyone yet, or to have a full proper relationship with anyone, I don't think this person is the right person for you at this time. That doesn't mean they won't ever be right for you. They might in the future at some time, but they're not the right person in the right place at the right time now. That's what I'm saying. So because what I'm seeing in this card is there's this hill here and there's this knight here, and he's standing there. He's not ready to move forward yet. So I think that's representing this person, and he's not ready to move forward yet because he's getting those kind of closed off signals from you. And you're giving them these closed off signals because you're not ready yet. You've got so much to sort out in your life that you're really not ready yet. That's what I'm feeling. And the reason is because if you look at this mountain in front of this knight, that's where you're going. You're ready to climb up this mountain, or you will be. And you're going to really start to, this frustration is going to start to make you say, right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And when you're ready, you are going to start to do all those things. And that's when you're going to climb up this mountain. You're going to be ascending. And when you do that, you can only take certain people with you. You're going to take a very tight-knit group of people with you who really understand you, really care about you, and you're going to move up that mountain with them. I don't think this person is going to be ready to come with you at this time. They're frustrated with you. They don't really understand you properly. They may come back in the future when you are ready for them. I don't know, but it's not happening with this person at this time. That's what I'm seeing. So cross-watchers, go and dislike this reading. That's absolutely fine. I don't mind. I can just, all I'm doing is telling you what I'm seeing. That's all I can do. Okay, so the last card you have here present is the Eight of Wands. So yeah, again, this is what's going to happen once your emotions are all stabilized, and you're feeling more comfortable. You've got a little bit more of, you've got things mapped out, I think already. You've got some things mapped out, but then when you're ready to kind of really kind of start to move forward, you'll get your confidence back. This frustration is going to kind of die down a bit. And I think, the universe is going to know when you're ready to climb up this mountain. It's going to know. And when it says okay, it's time now, it's ready. That's when a lot of things are going to come in for you. I'm seeing there are some opportunities around work or business, things like that. I'm actually seeing you having to sign things. And I'm seeing there are going to be some relationship opportunities as well. I'm seeing a lot of different things are going to come in. It might be a little bit difficult for you to kind of get used to everything coming in at once, because what's going to happen is you've kind of had this old person in your past hanging around. You've had all this frustration. It's kind of been up inside yourself, really, as if you couldn't move, you know, you couldn't make a move because it was all stressful. And then you're kind of losing that. And then you feel a bit like a clean slate. You're at the bottom of this mountain. You're like, oh, now it's all gone. What do I do now? Okay, I'm not sure what to do. I'm not used to this feeling of having a clean slate. And then the universe is going to bring everything in for you, and it's going to be, oh, this is overwhelming. I'm not used to this. What am I going to do? So take your time, because I can see all these 8 of Wands, everything's coming in very quickly, and you're going to have to say, okay, I'm just going to let all these things come in. I'm going to really take my time. Definitely take your time before you sign anything, or before you say yes to anything, or any people, or anything like that. Some of these offers are going to be good for you. Some of them aren't going to be so good for you. Look out for things that are a little bit too good to be true. Crazy offers that are all wonderful. Because I'm looking at this man in the 9 of Cups again. And sometimes he can represent someone who's hiding, someone who's offering you something, a bit like a salesperson who you don't quite trust. And he's saying, sign on the dotted line. So just watch out for that as well. Take your time, and I think your instincts will know what the right things are, what you should say yes to and what you should say no to. But it is going to feel a little bit overwhelming when it first comes in. So take your time with all of that. That's what I'm seeing there. Okay, so the first card you have, your Future's Judgment. So this is a really huge card. I love this card. It's very huge. It can mean a lot of different things. It's very deep. It can be about coming out of your box, being ready to come out. Look at these people coming out of their boxes. So it's like, I'm ready now. I'm ready to embrace what's there. The universe has put me here now. I'm going to embrace what's coming to me. I'm going to sort out what I do want, what I don't want, all of that kind of thing. The other thing I'm seeing here is that there might be someone that doesn't accept the new you that's open to all these things, embracing lots of new things. I think when this time comes and you've gotten rid of the old and you're embracing the new, you're going to be feeling very different. You're going to be looking different as well. A lot of things are happening. You're going to be almost like you're still going to be the same person, but you're going to have a lot of new ideas and outlooks and things like that. So I think this person who's a little bit younger than you, I think there might be a family member. They're around you all the time. That's what I'm seeing. They might not like this. They might even turn their back on you for a while. You're going to be saying no to a lot of people, and then not everyone's going to like that, obviously. You used to say yes all the time, and now you're saying no a lot more, but this is the new strong you. So if you look at this family on this card, the child is the one that has the back to us. So I think this person who's younger than you is going to have their back to you for a while. I do think they are eventually going to come around again, so don't worry too much about this. A lot of people around you are going to have to make a lot of adjustments, because you're making adjustments inside of you, and then they're going to manifest on the outside, and that's when the universe is going to be ready to give you a lot of things. And that's going to have a big impact on the people around you. They're going to have to make adjustments themselves, and they're going to have to adjust how they perceive you. It's a little bit like when you shake up a snow globe and the glitter's all over the place, and then it kind of feels like a big shake up, and then it has to settle into a new place, and it does settle. So it's going to take time, but it is going to settle. This is the best thing for you. So don't think, oh, everyone's turning their back on me, no one likes this, everyone's unhappy, I'm going to go back to the way I was. No, you can't do that anyway, but don't try to do that. This is the right thing for you. It can be scary, it can be very scary, but this is the right thing for you to be doing, and you know that. You've planned for this. You planned for this in the Strength card. I can see that. Okay, so the next card you have for your future is the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so again, there's family here. This card's full of family, and I think there's a person who's struggling to adjust. There are a lot of people, and I think a lot of these people are going to be family members who are struggling with this change. Because again, I think you've said yes to a lot of people. Yes, 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 and now you're saying no, no, no. Not to everyone, but you're really thinking about yourself now a lot more than you used to. So, yeah, there is going to be a time, I think, where this particular person might not even want to talk to you. I'm just seeing you trying to talk to someone and they're not wanting to talk to you. I know that sounds terrible, but look at the couple in the middle of this card. They're talking but not properly, and they're going to walk past each other without really communicating properly. But just be patient. I think they've been through a lot of changes in their own life as well, through some moves. I think you might have had to move with them, or they've had changes. I think they've had some losses as well. Someone might have left them as well. I'm getting that as well. A lot of upheavals. So they might be thinking, oh, another change that I have to cope with. But I think they're going to realise in time this is a positive thing. I think they do care about you. I think they're going to come to see that, yes, you're much more positive, I should say, and you're feeling better about yourself, and that's a good thing. So they're going to come around. They'll absolutely be back to you. They'll turn their front to you again. Yeah, and there's money here as well, obviously. Money opportunities, which is what I was seeing in the Eight of Wands. Yeah, and I think you're going to build your finances up very slowly, very steadily as well. That's what I'm seeing in this card. Again, there's a little bit of a warning here to not to take your time with these offers that come in. There's going to be one that's kind of like, oh, I'll offer you a lot of fast money. This is a great offer. Do this now. That's what I'm getting. Do this now. Sign this now. If something says that to you, if someone says that to, I should say, absolutely say no to that. I'm looking at this man again on the Nine of Cups. That's what this is reminding me of. A kind of a slick salesman who says sign on the dotted line now. Don't do that if that's what happens to you. If someone wants to take and not give in any kind of an exchange like that, whether it's business, whether it's relationships, anything at all, and they're not going to give and take, that's not the right thing for you. But I think your instincts are going to tell you that anyway. You're going to know that. So yeah, watch out for that. But yeah, there is money coming to you, a slow, steady increase in money. So go for the slow, steady increase. Don't go for the too good to be true thing. But I think you know that anyway. You're a very careful person. All right, so the last card you have, you features the Star card. So, okay, so this is a very, very, very beautiful card. I love this card. This is you when you've gotten through this whole thing. And, I think this path's there. I think by this time you're not going to know what your full path is, but you're going to know it's there. You're going to be a lot more relaxed in yourself. This woman's naked, so she's completely relaxed in herself. She's comfortable in her own skin, all of that kind of thing. So you're going to know that, you're going to know the paths there. You're not going to be able to see it all yet, but then there's going to be a time where you're ready to stand up and turn around and see the star, see the opportunity. You're going to know which is the right one. You're going to sign the right one. And also I think you're going to have this. Sometimes this card can be about admirers, someone looking at you, someone being attracted to you. So I think this is when you're going to open up, because this woman's open again, she's naked. So this is when you're going to open the curtain that I see in the Nine of Cups. You're going to be open to a relationship at this time. So it might be that this person that's in the Knight of Cups comes back again. It may be that they weren't ready for you at this time. You might have to have a separation from them or something, or a break or something, and then they're going to come back to you again when you're ready. Or it might be a new person, but you're going to be ready for someone, and someone's going to look at you like this woman, and they're going to say, look at how beautiful, look at how handsome, look at how attractive this person is. I'm so attracted to them. I think they're absolutely amazing. And that's how someone's going to see you. Very, very differently from this Axe. I'm not saying they're a terrible person, but obviously they weren't the right person for you. But this is when you've totally got rid of that person out of your energy. The curtains are opened. You're content with yourself. You're saying yes to offers now. This is a really, really, really beautiful ending. I really hope this is resonating with you. It just feels so comfortable and so content, which is what we're heading for in the Nine of Cups. Contentment. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful reading.